178, can you go to 4 quick? 4. On 4. Hey, I have her cell phone number. If he's got it, maybe it'd be worth you guys giving her a call just so we can try to get her phone back before she has to fly to Detroit. But 734-725-8142. Copy.
I don't know how many chargers we got down there, but
I'm not sure if this is actually charging or not.
the light will come on, and it's
It did.
got to be shoved in there. It's a bad fit. Well, welcome back to Live on Patrol. We got some technical difficulties. We are driving the new Dodge Durango.
Here we are.
It looks like the old Dodge Durango. But just picked it up yesterday, and it's a few little differences. I want to say Adam at ETA, the gentleman that designed this car, he did an awesome job. Adam, thank you so much. And just got to tell you, got to give a plug to their business over there on Century off of Larpenteur. You know, you remember that. They do all the troopers' cars as well.
Well, sure did a nice job in this.
Oh, this is amazing.
Copy, negative at service.
Adam, appreciate everything you did. And you know, here's the thing. I went to store my stuff.
A couple people left the house.
Guess what was in the trunk?
What?
Twinkies and Mountain Dew. Picked it up. Adam put some Twinkies and Mountain Dew in there. And when I dropped it off over there, he said, see the floor there? There's no speaker on the floor there, right?
Hallelujah.
It's right back here, you know. So Adam said, well, I can't put the speaker on the floor because Pat will break it again.
I'll use it as a brake pedal.
Yeah, break it. I'll break it. And I need a charger if you got one there.
Let's see here. There should be one here somewhere. There you go.
Okay. And then I can. So we got a few technical difficulties here. You're going to notice through the night because we only had a day really to get the mount ready for the camera. And it doesn't want to stick.
Yeah, the Velcro doesn't want to stick to the dash. The tape doesn't want to stick to the dash.
Nobody's fault. There's something on this dash that repels tape, even duct tape.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of protectant on there from the factory, probably.
Huh? Which is pretty darn cool, actually. I don't know why. I suppose that cleans up really good. But it's awesome. Hey, did you hear that? Did you? You can't just have the first Winston in the new Durango without saying something significant. Okay? Where's the lighter? I mean, there's a lot of people that it's the inaugural. They're just here. I want you to hear it. I don't know if anybody. The people claim they can hear that.
Yeah.
All right, there's the inaugural Winston. The inaugural Winston.
Cheers.
I don't know if anything's. I mean, Adam did an awesome job. It's just that it's the first time in the car, our familiarity with all the tools.
Is it charging?
Yeah, I got it. Just some of the parts. I did take it out last night. I had it out last night driving around a little bit, but still not totally. You see how this looks like it should tip a little to the left, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
It's a little better, I think.
Yeah, well, that's much better there. So we are southbound on Arcade at Geranium. And got a little event on the east side here. Been looking for a guy involved in carjackings for the last couple weeks. Actually, well, more longer than that. He was part of that group that we were chasing.
Yeah, he's had warrants for a while. He was on a rampage.
East side squads just spotted the car he was in and surrounded it, picked him up. If you're listening to your scanner,
It was quite an extended operation they did. It was really well done. Somebody said try alien tape.
well, I was going to use Gorilla Glue.
Somebody just mentioned that too. But gosh, you don't want to mess up
I
this.
talked myself out of it, so I didn't ruin the dash forever.
Right.
You know, because the Velcro at least you can kind of remove.
I'm betting that very, very sharp guy who made, I can't remember his name right now, who made this one.
Yeah, and just a little plug for their organization, Emergency Automotive Technologies, Inc., EATI. I always call it EATI, but I forgot what it stood for. And Adam there worked on this car, and it is perfect. You wouldn't believe the light system, and we got a PA on this car too, Pat.
Oh, yay!
So we can actually tell people to pull over to the side of the street.
Can we make an inaugural stop at the M&H? I have got to grab something to drink.
Yeah, I do have Adam's Mountain Dew, but it's probably warm in the back.
Right.
So let's get a cold fountain pop.
You want a Fountain Dew?
Yeah, I'd rather have a Fountain Dew, and I'm gonna sit out in the car here and make sure we can get everything working properly. Actually, I might even pump a little gas in. Looks like we're just a hair down. So you go get us a Fountain Dew. I'm going to pump a little gas in.
All right.
Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Copy.
How's it going? Good.
We'll clear the domestic.
I believe there's one in the lobby, and I will take it out.
So this car gonna look well from the outside. It looks identical. Really hard to tell the difference. From the inside, it's obviously got a little different equipment. We got 6 different siren options, more light options. We got some takedown lights on here too, which means we got all white to the front if we need to. So definitely A lot more lighting options here. Better lighting that protects us while we're responding too. So that's all good. Here, I got to get the PIN number so I can set the fleet thing so I know how much gas air I have in your tires. But so we're working on it all. Had a lot of meetings the last 2 weeks about the state fair. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We have not committed at this point to policing the Minnesota State Fair, but obviously we're very concerned about having the appropriate amount of safety there. I'll bring you up to speed on all that in a minute. Sir Patrick?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anyhow, what I was saying is, Adam, I forgot about Adam, the speaker. He said he was going to put it in the back, okay?
Okay.
Well, usually they're right here, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Guess what he did?
What he did?
He said, if I put it there, there won't be as much room for Joe.
Oh,
So he put it under the seat.
that was nice of him.
Can you believe that?
Gotta take care of Jelly Joe.
That's thoughtful. I was trying to push it up a little bit this way. I don't know. That's probably not worth it. There's more to pull down this way. Yeah, I've got to take care of Jelly Joe. Well, I got to say this. It is one beautiful day out. Right?
Yes, it is.
Just gorgeous. And we're glad you're hanging with us. We're sorry it took us a while to get on. We are going to take a break when the puck drops. Got to say, this is an exciting seventh game. Everybody should be watching the Minnesota Wild. As they play,
Yeah, that is pretty exciting.
play one of the best teams in hockey, and they seem to have a good stretch against Vegas. They won a lot of games against them.
Well, this is the inaugural time. We're
And when we
we're
take
gonna
our
get
break,
it. We're gonna get it sorted
when we
out.
take our break, we're gonna fix all this stuff too. We might even go back to the old car. No, this is a beautiful car.
It really is. There's a little more room in it. It feels like.
I think they bow the doors a little bit more. They bow the doors. So you got your radios working. You're on 2. You got the main on 3.
Yep.
Motor on 1. Glad I saved your magnet mount for you there.
Me too.
I was just talking about the state fair a little bit, and we have been talking to the state fair at length, and we think we have a plan that can work, but the plan requires 200 police officers. And we're talking 200 every day, not at the same time, of course,
Right.
70 of them, 70 in the
200 to
morning.
cover 24 hours.
Yeah, and of course with to midnight.
Right.
When some of the trouble occurs. And but I have to tell you, this is the one problem is I haven't been able to convince the Commissioner of Public Safety, John Harrington, to dedicate some state troopers to this effort. And I'm going to try to meet with the governor next week, see if he'll make that commitment. And the other thing is the DNR officers. The bottom line is we can pull together from a lot of different departments around the state.
Right.
Well, let me just back up. I should probably explain for those And I don't even know, have we buffered at all? We don't have.
We have been out buffering a little bit, but not. It doesn't seem to
Usually
be
we
excessive.
buffer over here, and I forgot all about that. We do not have our external antenna hooked up because we forgot one of the wires. We will get it during our break. So Dairy Queen over here. Everybody lining up to get a Dairy Queen.
Oh yeah.
So, hey, the reason we're in this situation is earlier this month. Well, actually, I don't know when the police chief notified the fair. Sometime in recent history, the police chief of the fair notified the fair that he was resigning. And so the fair then began looking for alternative options. They went to the public safety department to look for troopers. They went to the U. They went to St. Paul, and then eventually we didn't meet with them till May 10th. May 10th they came to meet with us. You think about that, that's less than 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
May 10th. And so we met with them and we said, hey,
Caesar Chavez and George.
we're not going to rule it out.
Passerby for a male that's walking in the intersection.
I know in a way we seem like the last option. And so some people have retired and resigned. The pool is smaller of people that have worked there before. But even having said that, we believe we could probably pull 7 there from the state of Minnesota. You know, in most states, the state police actually police the fair.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
So we think it's reasonable that the troopers and the DNR officers could help. So we're hoping next week we're going to have some contact with the governor's office to see if the governor can help put the plan together for the fair.
Yeah,
And
we are doing some buffering for sure.
I believe I forgot the antenna. Where did it stop?
Back a ways. Now Mike says better. Maybe it's me.
So in any case, we're working feverishly. I hope we'll have a solid plan. As you probably heard me on television, everyone that walks through those gates deserves to be assured that there is a solid security plan. And I want to know when my grandchildren, my son, my wife go there without me that they're safe.
Absolutely.
So that's... I imagine this is a high traffic time too, a little bit.
Yeah.
We're not normally on before 7. I'll head down here a little bit. Should be a little better.
Somebody said rub it down, rub the dash down real good with the rubbing on.
Alright. It's good to know. How's the picture? That looks good though.
Picture's outstanding.
Hey, I don't know if we're buffering or not. Are we?
Well, we aren't right now.
Give us some crime updates for this past week. Because, that young girl, I'm sure you saw in the news, but for those of you that don't live locally, the girl that was bouncing on the trampoline at a birthday party, when she got shot in the head, she passed away today. And horrible news. Now we have two children under 10 that have died from gunshot wounds. The other one now has been transferred over here to a hospital on our side of the river, and his recovery is going to be extremely long-term. So
Unacceptable. But Well, we did have, I think it was 2 nights ago, a carjacking spree involving what were they using? They were using a red vehicle, and they carjacked 2 vehicles within a short period of time. And we're still looking for these cars. One is a white Mitsubishi Lancer.
Okay.
123 PYY, Papa Yankee Yankee.
That's an easy plate to
Yeah.
remember. 1, 2, 3.
PYY. And then we've got an 02 tan Volvo station wagon. This was not bad either. EEL 601. EEL 601.
Both of those were taken and they're missing.
They were both taken. Now the carjackers themselves, it was a red Dodge Magnum they were using. The carjackers themselves were spotted and apprehended by St. Paul squads.
Yep.
And 3 were arrested and booked, and a stolen handgun with an extended magazine was in the vehicle that they'd been using to accomplish the
Nice
carjackings.
work.
Excellent work.
I appreciate you staying on top of all that. I was so busy with the fair discussions this week that I didn't get to focus on some of the crime.
Right.
And you know, I love knowing what's going on crime-wise.
Had a number of shots fired and shootings this week.
Hey!
Victor!
How's it going, Victor? Nice to see you again. Everything good?
Well,
Gotta keep moving.
I know.
Seen Victor for ages. How's life going? Okay?
Yeah, it's
Good.
You're lagging.
Huh?
You're lagging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're always lagging a little bit.
119 surgeries. Got banged up in 02.
Oh, I know.
Wow.
119?
Working undercover
Yeah.
with hats.
I remember. Well, you're live now.
All right, I'm alive. All right,
Yeah. Victor helped me with Boy Scouts up in McDonough. Great guy up there in Troop 94. Rick Stropka and I put that Boy Scout troop together.
Nice. Nice. You know, disturbingly, now I'm going to talk about just confirmed shots fired calls. Now, a confirmed shots fired call is when there's a call, the officers arrive, and there's either witnesses who actually saw somebody shooting a gun, or shell casings are recovered.
Yep.
Since April 21st, St. Paul has had 71 confirmed shots fired calls. Now, mind you, confirmed means what I just described. It does not include incidents where people may have used revolvers, so the shell casings weren't ejected, or the shell casings stayed inside the car they were in, or the shell casings simply weren't found.
I hear a siren.
I think it's fire.
Yeah, maybe it is. Didn't mean to interrupt you. I just
That's all right.
was hoping you'd spot our rig so we didn't get walloped.
But 71 confirmed in a month and 7 days.
That's amazing. Did you
And
see
so,
Did
go
you
ahead.
see that graphic I saw on the news? That Minneapolis's homicide shot rates is up like, the worst in the country in terms of increases.
I want to say 133%.
Yeah, something like that, 133%.
The most dramatic increase in the country.
By the way, we didn't tell you this, but after we did sign off last Friday, Pat and I went over to help out in Minneapolis. And the night
At that homicide scene.
At the homicide scene. And that was a very chaotic scene outside the bar. And we sent another deputy over to help. At the hospital because there were loved ones of killed people and injured people going to the hospital.
What was most disturbing to me was, as much as we understand the grief and the emotion of the moment, was the incredible amount of abuse the officers were encountered.
Yeah.
And how tactfully they handled it.
Yeah, I was surprised myself when they tried to breach the crime scene line there.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But even before that, right before we got there, apparently the officers were getting grief when they were trying to render first aid.
Yep.
That wasn't good either.
Not at all. Well, we ourselves here in St. Paul, so far, as of yesterday, there have been 83 people shot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those were homicides, but I believe we have a total of 12 homicides.
Okay.
But 83 people shot in less than 5 months.
Yeah. I hate to think about it. I think during our break we're probably going to grill and glue those Velcro strips down. You know? Just a couple.
They have to.
So anyhow, one thing you might want to do to help us if you live in Minnesota,
What, 278-268?
you might want to call the governor's office next week and just tell them, hey, the sheriff's office needs some help with the state fair security plan.
And the suspicious at Milford or Woodbridge called in by a 9-year-old count states that a male
Please.
approached his 11-year-old female
I mean,
friend
here's the
trying to
thing:
get her to come with
the
us.
state fair is willing to pay for all of the services that are there. They just need the bodies.
Right.
They're willing to pay the troopers overtime for working the gates and the DNR people overtime. They're willing to pay. They just need a commitment to be there. I don't know the magic number, somewhere between 30 and 40 total.
Okay.
But we want to call the governor's office and tell them, hey, please support the request for some troopers. That would be helpful. I think the governor, I am assuming the governor is going to want to make sure the state fair takes place, right?
You'd think so.
I think he's a big state fair fan. I mean, he talked about it as a touchstone event for Minnesota post-COVID.
Absolutely.
And they're giving away free tickets if you get vaccines to go to the fair.
Hey,
How can you give away free vaccine tickets? Free tickets to the fair for vaccine if you don't have a fair? That would be fraud.
I guess I should have waited to get my vaccine.
Hey, how about the $1 million winner in Ohio? The lady that won $1 million, did you see that?
Are you talking the woman who washed her?
No, she won $1 million for getting a vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
A lottery.
Very cool. I didn't know that had already occurred.
I want to go get a second one. Stormy. Good, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you.
One of our line of health security officers?
Yeah, they're guarding some of the nurses and some of the property around here as well. The homeless guy with a big motorcycle.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is in response to a comment on here. But no, the officers who would be working the fair from other agencies, it does not leave their agency shorthanded. It's only when they're on their days off
Yeah.
or they've taken vacation time off
Yep.
to work the fair. So no, it does not leave anybody shorthanded.
Got to be a team effort. I mean, that's the bottom line on the whole thing. Got to be a statewide team effort, and the Department of Public Safety needs to be part of the team, right?
Yep.
You
know, I'm going to put this on 2 now.
So you go ahead. You got both radios there now, so
This is kind of slick being able to have this charger right here.
well, there's a few upgrades.
You went all high tech on me.
I just let Adam help out. But you see, here's the most important thing. We got a bigger everything drawer.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
that?
Oh, yeah.
And we still got cup holders. So, you know, even feel this steering wheel. Feel it. It's a little slipperier, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Different material.
Yeah.
A little different material than it's identical, except all this has a little different finish on it.
Right.
People are walking a long way just to go to the bars, huh?
Yeah, I think they might be on a little bar tour.
I think they walked down to Keg and Case. Yeah, we got to fix the look of that. I'd rather have the Gorillas glue than all those duct tapes.
And you'd think somebody must have some kind of solvent for the Gorilla Glue when you're all said and done to get it off of there.
Well,
Or they
if
can-
we put the Velcro on, I guess we're committed to do Live on Patrol for a long time.
I've seen him a few times already.
But
A car with a loud muffler.
so exciting for the Minnesota Wild to fight back those last 2 games and be playing in Game 7. It's tough being down 3-1 and coming back. They got old momentum on their side. They're yelling, but
Freedom House has a good crowd.
you know. Couple of the backseaters radioed or texted today, said they'd be at Reed's.
Cool.
Yeah, somebody said Google on, there might be some type of glue that sticks, but you can still peel off later. That would probably be the logical thing to do.
Yeah, if anybody knows what that glue is, send it through again.
We'll buy it during the break.
Okay, dissolve it works to get the old glue off, somebody says.
Looks like everybody's having a good time down here on West 7th Street, getting ready to watch the Minnesota Wild there. For those of you from out of state, you haven't seen it during the daylight, there is the XL Energy Center, home of the Minnesota Wild. Tonight they're actually playing in Vegas against the Golden Knights. But if they win tonight, they'll be coming back here, play another series here.
Nice.
So,
Yep. Let's cheer them on to win tonight.
I'll tell you what, it was 0-0 in that game for the longest time, the last game. And night before that, Zach Parisi, who hasn't seen a ton of playing time, but we all love Zach. He got the second goal. He got the go-ahead goal in the game before that. It's I don't hear a ton of crime, but
The night is definitely early. So our plan is to go until the puck drops, which is what, 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
And then when the game's over, we'll come back on and we'll be back on until 2:30 or so.
I mean, there is some truth to the fact that Pat and I want to watch the game. However, it's more a matter of just respect. We can't have people watching live on patrol instead of the Minnesota Wild.
That's right.
It doesn't feel right. I got a pair of autographed gloves from Ryan Suter
Nice.
at home. What a guy! What a great human being, and you know, if you watch him play, he is smarter with his stick and defensively. He poke checks more pucks away than any player on the ice.
Huh.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be very physical. One thing the Wild did is they got more hits in, and I'm sure Vegas is going to respond with a ton of hits of their own. You know, and the Vegas is a little bigger, so I don't know. The Wild just decided to play a very physical game.
So we've gotten a few people saying use rubbing alcohol on the dash and then the Velcro will stick. Well, it just so happens we just got some really high-tech alcohol wipes down in the office. So maybe we can swing by there when we go off the air.
I don't know. I'm not convinced that this isn't permanent, whatever that is on there. We're on the west side over here on Paleto. Drake Bank. What else can I tell you about this car that's a little different?
Well, I definitely like the radio charger being there right next to me.
I tried to get it identical to the old one, you know, just as close as possible for familiarity.
I like that it's got new...
Hey, we're on, huh?
I'm trying to talk to you for a second.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm trying to comment and you don't see my comments.
Well, it's pretty tough. They scroll by. What's your comment? Tell us.
Well, it's kind of personal.
Oh, well, we'll look for it again.
Well, I wanted to talk to you, though. I mean, if I can, if you have time.
Not tonight, but we can certainly do it another time. I mean, just but text. You have the text number. Pat will give it out now.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it, so.
Okay.
We'll give out the text number. Thank you. What is that number, Pat?
I'm about to get it here.
If someone wants to text us about something personal.
Panic alarm at Willard's, I heard over on your...
Okay. So last night, while you're looking for that, last night there was a woman who had an emotional breakdown over on Lincoln and Hamlin. And she was outside with a shotgun. Probably won't see these types of calls in the news, and that's rightfully so when people have emotional.
Stated that he was there and flashed his gun when asked for a description. He said he didn't know because he didn't see it.
That's on two. But she had a shotgun out on her lap, and she eventually was threatening people with the shotgun. So it took a couple hours for the police.
Thomas Avenue 173 is advising there's a large crowd outside.
Copy, thank you.
This, by the way, is the emitter. This is code 3. Those two buttons are probably the most important. See what it says there?
Yeah.
Preempt. Code 3.
Is preempt the optical?
Yes.
She couldn't get all of them. She didn't have any info for it.
But anyhow, they were out there for a couple hours. I mean, trying to make sure they didn't have to. Eventually they called the SWAT people that were working, and shortly after there, Sergeant Sean Campbell announced that they had.
Third squad took a break for a PIC at 500 Smith. Came in as a Texan 911. Color City, and they're on the Smith Bridge, and threatening to jump. He was in 24 meters.
You think we should go there instead?
Yep.
Just advise we do the 10 to make contact at the address.
Always
Rings and then disconnects.
208, we copy. 10-3, thank you.
1907.
At 1907.
Changing routes.
208, 7261.
So our text number, folks, 651-252-1871. 651-252-1871. Good to go. Look to see if there's any update or description on that.
You think we just go down here into Smith?
Yep.
That's probably
I think
better
that's
than
the best
going
way.
across the river, huh? Anyhow, it took a couple, there's your buddy, 2.5 hours. And they eventually did talk her into surrendering the weapon. And that was awesome. Took her to the hospital to get some evaluation, which is great. But during that incident, I kind of knew that there was no squads anywhere else. So I thought, I'll hang out in the west sector. I wasn't out there very long last night, but I had to take the car out to make sure I had some familiarity with it.
Clear.
You know.
Air squad is able to break and start towards Hook Fish and Chicken for 600 University Avenue. The male party that was arguing with the owners
Info for squad.
and speaking to the male was
Her phone number history, we still don't have a name. It's possibly a male. They tried to ping the phone in previously. There's no subscriber info listed. It's a prepaid cell. Had made statement to be taken suicide by cop or jump in the river.
Well, that's
Info
not
at
good.
1909.
Maybe we're gonna follow them there.
Yeah.
378.
Gladstone's been going westbound towards Fletcher.
Doesn't look right.
Unknown where he went from
Clear
there.
right.
I'm not gonna use
The
it.
11-year-old's at home.
69 on one.
I'm going to check the area quick, and then I'm going to go back. It's a bunch of juveniles at the park.
Copy. Subject last seen westbound Gulf here. Unknown from there. 11-year-old at home. 1909.
Victoria, Edmund, Bravo, Lima, Echo, 370.
It's a new window. Oh man, this is the busiest street on in town here.
Copy.
No kidding.
173, copy. Any squads that are en route to Willard and Slow at 1910.
261, we're okay.
Copy. Squad 510.
261, we see one male party here. I'm not sure if he's a person, but we're going to talk to him.
Copy. C1 male party. Unknown if that's Tom.
Well,
173, it's going for here.
business as usual at Willard's. That's good news, huh?
1911. Air squad is able to break and start towards that assault.
Check where that
Well,
assault
yeah, you
is.
looking for me?
Patrick,
Check what?
there's an assault over in west.
Affirmative. Channel 1 was.
Copy, officer, over.
Thank you. 1911.
178 will be very good.
So we're going to check on a possible jumper.
Callers. Seeing the male suspect is going to be heavily intoxicated, described as a black male, 26, 5'10", medium build, wearing a black shirt.
That's at the, apparently the one at the
261, the party.
Hook, Fish, and Chicken.
What did you say?
I think he said that this male is unrelated.
Copy. Looks like for the call notes, the phone is singing within 11 meters of 282 to 331 Walnut Street.
282.
Other side, Walnut Street.
1911.
Transit 204.
Transit 204.
We have a squad en route to lock up the tower with the flag.
So the phone's pinging over here on Walnut now. That could mean the person is walking toward the bridge or left the bridge.
Yep.
So
Copy.
278.
278.
I'm gonna transport 2 juveniles to the 11-year-old's house. I'll let you know the address when I get there.
Copy.
they should probably cancel all those.
Medical for squad on the PIC. Subject may be at Anthony Maurice Evans, date of birth of 1/21/65. He is also showing a felony probation violation warrant out of Ramsey County body only. Info 1913.
So if you followed that call, there was a possible jumper, a relative called in. They're pinging the phone.
261, do we have a known address for that now?
And
We'll check on his DL. It's out of Minneapolis, 2906 North Morgan.
I'm gonna see if we can get a picture of that.
yeah.
1913.
So the phone's pinging down here. There's
278.
Tommy Barrett.
Burgess that I'm going to be knocking on.
Hi, Tommy. We're actually on a call. You gonna be here for a little bit?
Yes.
We're going. No, we're just.
All right.
We'll be around.
All right.
Thank you. We'll come in. Are you gonna be at Reed's?
Maple Channel 2.
Okay. So it said the phone was pinging within so many meters of 200 something.
Yeah, 282 to 331.
Okay, so that's right behind
Archie,
us.
come Channel 2.
Is that
Reference the 500 Smith call. Is there any way you can push out a photo for this male party at line 16, the Anthony Maurice Evans? 123.
This would be a false alarm.
Thank you, 1915.
278.
We're down in Irvine Park. We don't normally get to see this beautiful little
I'm going to be out with
gym.
the individual. He's going to be in apartment 2.
Okay. You found him?
Copy out with the mail at 1915.
I think that's a different call.
Okay. You ever want to clear your mind? Come on down here to Irvine Park. It's a beautiful spot. Call them rather than. There's a little shot of Irvine Park there, by the way. This here rather than this one because they wanted to make room in case you wanted a computer
Oh,
to
yeah.
put it right here. So they put the
And it just gives more room in general down there, too.
for guys like you and me. So I think though that
Squad 278, checking your status.
when you first start with new brakes, they leave a little bit of odor. Have you noticed?
Yeah. Oh, it's not going. I guess it's.
Squad 268, checking squad status.
268, I'm close for.
So this is right in the district
1917.
of where the
Do we know where 278 is?
So the apartment's called Chair Burgess.
I'm at 270 Burgess. The individual is in number 2.
So we have exhausted all possibilities looking for the person in crisis. But if their phone is here, we know they're not close to a bridge. There he is. Hey, Tommy.
Hi.
How's the count?
Counter.
Clear
Clear right.
Doing well.
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
He's not in the back? Good. Good having
No,
early.
no Joe tonight.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
you-
okay.
Are you going to watch the game in there?
Yes.
Is there going
Well,
to
I'm
be?
going to watch first.
Is there going to be room if we come in there or not?
You want to come in, we'll make room.
Well, at 8 o'clock we're taking a break because in honor of the Wild, we have to watch the Wild game.
All right, we'll make room.
Absolutely.
You come in, you got my number.
Where are you? Just anywhere in there?
Right in the back towards the patio.
Back toward the patio?
Boys would love to see you.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
We'll join you at 8:02. 8:02.
I'll set the alarm.
All right.
Be safe.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Full first squad's on Smith. Phone is being within 6.4 meters of Brandon 7.
Brandon 7.
That's
Well,
64
maybe he is.
meters.
Maybe.
That's 180
Thank you,
feet.
Nick.
Yeah.
That's a
We're in
long,
the area.
that's a long way.
I'm out at Ramsey and Grand on the end of 7 with the off duty.
Maybe, yeah, it must be someone, maybe one of the
So
homeless
Ramsey and Grand
persons.
without duty 1918.
Yeah, that could be.
And he was last seen headed eastbound on University.
That must be the 600 Unico.
He's wanted for assault. Nothing further.
Yep.
178, copy. Suspect is going to be wanted for assault, described as a black male in his 30s, medium build, last seen wearing a blue shirt, blue headphones,
Lots
heading
going
eastbound
on.
on University at 1920. Additional update for squad. The phone is going to be pinging going north on 7. Pinging to Cliff and Smith at the end of the high bridge.
Oh, here.
Oh,
From previous
I gotta pull this out, Pat,
light-skinned
so
black male.
I don't want
Unknown
it.
further.
There's no antenna on there. I don't know what that will do to it. That was a charger for the box.
oh, the phone's at Cliff and
We're
Smith.
all with one on
What?
top.
Cliff and Smith, the phone is right now.
Accurate?
Yep. I think the squad just said they were out with him.
Oh. They got him?
Maybe. Now he's out with a possible.
Yeah. This one on 3?
Yep.
Quiet.
Yep.
Quiet. Now I think they got off their thing. They got 3 cars. Find them.
Just across the street.
Copy 749 Milton Street. Holding by staff to a male party.
Gorgeous.
Intoxicated, refusing to leave at 1922.
Gorgeous out.
So we are clearing from that call because St. Paul has plenty of squads available and in the area.
Morehouse is clear. Morehouse is clear.
You know, this new Durango didn't have the fog lights on. You know, those nice little running
Right.
lights.
Right.
For some reason, they replaced the projector headlights with LEDs. You know, night lighting is important.
178,
So they
27807.
they have better headlights, so they figured they didn't need the fog lights.
Right.
But Adam put some custom-built fog lights in for us.
Oh, cool.
Here's the button
What,
right here.
278?
See, he added these buttons here.
Nice.
These are all white lightings.
Could you take board, please?
Huh.
Got to learn the order.
Right.
Thank you, 1923.
At a meeting on Tuesday with representatives of Minneapolis Police Department, BCA.
You have one coming up?
I had one.
Had one, okay.
John Harrington, Sheriff Hutchinson, Deputy Chief Rob Thomaser, ATF, FBI, all to talk about what we can do to make Minneapolis safer.
261 will be out with the possible mail at Clifton's issue.
And a couple ideas thrown on the table that I won't get into too much specifics. But, and you know, we all want to help as best we can. But the night before on television, on Monday night, the Mayor Jacob Fry was on TV acknowledging that the department is down 1/3 of their sworn strength.
That's terrifying, to be quite honest with you.
You think about that. I said to these 4 Minneapolis cops, I said,
268, can you take 4 again?
your mayor was on TV saying you're down 1/3 of your sworn strength, 200 and some bodies.
278, she's on 4.
Someone has to fix that hole. All of us agencies, we can do so much on targeted gang members, but it's going to be tough to fix that hole. And I got to say, this is crazy that I'm even repeating myself here, but I told them, I said, I've been at this for a number of years. You're at a tipping point.
They really are.
You're at a tipping
261,
point.
this is your mail. We have one in custody.
Oh, good
You
job.
Copy out with the mail at 1925.
You can't let it tip any further, because if it does tip to the sense of lawlessness in Minneapolis, which is very close,
661, we're hopeful.
you'll never get it
Go for
back.
it,
It'll take
1925.
it'll take years to get it back.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Minneapolis, as we said, is a beautiful town. We don't want it to tip to that people decide they're not going to restaurants, etc.
537, trust search.
So they need to hire, and they need to hire fast.
Yes, they do.
Keep in mind that 230 that they're down, or whatever the number, 250, that's under the 200 that Chief Arredondo had requested 2.5 years ago.
Right.
So
So for all practical purposes, 450 people less
right.
than what the chief of the police department believes he needs.
Exactly. I don't know. I just think that the Minneapolis City Council, it's time for them to start listening to the citizenry. I've been KG Wilson, you know, who's lost his granddaughter, 6-year-old granddaughter last week. He's been texting me, and it just breaks my heart to know the pain that they're going through, and that
And he is still, despite and in the middle of his own pain, supporting other families who've lost their children, other gunshot victims, going to vigils, going to rallies.
you know, it's been troublesome that there hasn't been an outcry. This is what he sent me today, 11:24. I won't read it while I'm driving, but you read it out loud. This is from KG Wilson, who lost his granddaughter.
Okay, here's his words. Okay, you know me, and I'm tired of waiting. I'm picking back up my bullhorn today. I gotta dig it out, dust it off, get batteries, and the north side will hear me loud and clear today.
So, I mean, obviously that's a metaphor for he's bringing his voice back into demanding more citizens cooperate with police, demanding more police services, demanding more protection, etc. It's time for a little more outrage and a little more demand, right?
Yeah. Long past time.
Long past time. We can never, when people say, "Oh, do you want to take the fair on? Is that something you really think you want to do?" I say, well, if you're worried about a little disturbance at the fair, why don't you start worrying about 3 dead children, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how bad the fair is going to get, the odds of 3 children getting shot in the head are pretty slim. So let's fix what we know, the known problem, before we worry about imaginary problems, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's time for a fix in Minneapolis. Other thing is, a lot of these God Squad and pastors and churches are out doing 21 days of peace,
Yep.
What's it called? 21 days?
21 days of peace.
And they're visiting hot spots.
This was day 5 today.
Day 5. Last night when I was out, Reverend Spence was over there on Maryland and Hazelwood. Him and Reverend Patterson, Ronnie Lee Patterson, they were out there. And with them were 4 members of the Church of Scientology downtown. There were 6 of them on the corner there. And of course, shortly before I got there, gunshots rang out in the immediate vicinity. They weren't directly threatened but it was the apartment complex there behind. But I really got to hand it to them. I got to hand it to Rev Spence, Rev Patterson, Pastor Patterson from New Hope Church. That I think you're making a difference out there. I really do. I think it makes it harder for these kids to get up the critical mass to shoot people when there's other God-fearing, church-going pastors on the corner.
Yep.
I worry a little bit about them. St. Paul did roll a squad over there after the shots were fired. But, so they got 4 targets that they're working. I gave them some hot spots, and we'll go to Maryland and Dave here and see if they're over there. But I want to thank them publicly for being out there, talking to people. I drove by the Winnipeg Market because that's another one they've been working at.
Okay. And we've got an 11 o'clock engagement there tonight.
Oh, we do. We got to bring the pizzas.
That's right.
We got to bring the pizzas. I'm glad I got
Hamburger pizza.
I'm glad I got you. You're so good at remembering things. That's another place they've been working.
Right here?
Yep, right here.
Good.
I don't know how often they're here. We did last night, young man was pulled out of Loeb Lake.
Copy.
Someone was walking by and they saw him along the shoreline here at Loeb Lake.
They saved him?
No, he was
Oh, no.
deceased, but he was a missing. I'm pretty sure there was a missing young man.
Oh, I know.
Was on Facebook.
Yes.
I don't know
what
for
you're
a
talking
fact
about.
that he's been identified, but the clothing matched from what they had described.
The family did post that he had been found.
They did. Okay.
Found deceased.
Our deputies were here
Yep.
last night recovering his body. Sad thing. I don't know how he ended up there.
Spot starting Sergeant Copy, Canarden, Maryland. Shots fired. One caller, 1 minute delay.
We were just heading over.
Nothing further.
Turned left instead of. I wonder if the family's down here created a memorial where he was found. Anyhow, yeah, he went missing. He was a missing person over in the Como Lake area.
And 1933.
The deputies didn't see any obvious sign of trauma, you know, from that would be involved with any crime. But he was. A nice little park.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot of improvements here since you and I first started working here, right?
Yep. The DNR, I don't know if they still do, but the DNR used to stock it each spring with crop.
Very hard work.
We are frozen. This is a bad spot. Oh, now we're back. In and out, in and out.
Maybe we'll get that extra antenna during the break.
Yeah.
This guy across the street, huh?
Sure.
Hopefully nobody else will try to get around us on the right. That's always the worst case scenario, right? Someone passes on the right and then ends up hitting the poor gentleman. Good night for a barbecue, right?
No kidding. In a fire pit.
Exactly. Technically, we're all supposed to. When there's a man in the crosswalk, we're technically all supposed to. You want to cross?
Go ahead.
Sir.
Go ahead.
That is the law. A person is at the crosswalk waiting to cross. As long as it's a marked area where there's sidewalks, you can't cross in the middle of the street. This is cute, like little ducklings. Took them all to the park. Adorable little crew. We'll just stop in here and see if there's an adorable crew here too. this weather, thinking of what's going on? What's going on? I thought you were going to have a barbecue for us.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
You let us know when the barbecue, and we'll bring the meat.
You gonna see the smoke? Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How do we look? Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, speaking of Michi Curry, he's having a big party over in Minneapolis on Sunday night at the Gold Room.
365.
The Gold Room.
You gonna be there?
365.
Well, no, but I'm taking odds on whether or not there'll be a shooting.
You're damn right.
It's a,
365 disregard.
yeah, are you going?
Disregard.
Information for squad 1 of PCN on East Atlantic.
You're just saying that because you think your wife is listening.
649 Romeo Victor Mike coming back to a blue Tahoe. It's going to be a
Good one.
With left team going westbound Larpenberg towards East Shore. Occupied by 5 males was confronted by a cop and was disrespectful. No description on that driver. Info at 1940.
How are you? Good,
In
are
from
you?
squads, we do a call on pending. People attending.
How you doing? What's going on? Hi.
At Atlantic, Maplewood side, stolen vehicle, driving, confronted the cop. 649.
There we go. What's us?
Romeo Victor Mike
You got that down?
for a 2003 model year Chevrolet Tahoe, blue in color. It's occupied times 5. Info 1941.
So it's a stolen. West on Larpenter from Atlantic. You just never know how old those.
Right. Might have gotten a message about that vehicle today.
Tahoe, what color is it?
Blue.
They're looking for a stolen Tahoe.
Yep, this is the one my cousin-in-law told me about. It is dark. There's a picture of the actual vehicle.
Okay.
Hang on a second here. It was stolen from the west side.
Okay. It's a little older than, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
And it was west on Larpenteur?
West
Towards
of Larpenter.
East Shore, right?
From Atlantic. But let's hope it's going around the lake, huh?
Yeah.
Could go south. We're going to take the northern route. For some reason, people are more likely to know.
Notes or any even, oh, there we go. It's actually still a pending. The plate on it is 649 RVM. What was that? Did you see
It
that?
wasn't a Tahoe, though. Yeah, I saw
Okay.
it. Went by that way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got over there. Nothing.
9173.
9173.
Got the driver in custody. Calling the passenger out.
There's a white brick.
Copy driver in custody, calling the passenger out, holding the 10-1 at 1946.
We had a lot of things going on here tonight.
Yeah.
Now that we got a radio charger on, we can probably even use one more radio.
Yeah, just what we need.
Huh?
Just what we need.
I assume they know about those addresses you're talking about. I mean, I know that the
They
second,
know about-
second one's in St. Paul, but I mean
Right.
the first one
I would, well, yeah, it was
on their
part of
kid.
the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Retired deputies, the caller.
like you out there finding stuff that's stolen. Well, before we go there, I'm just going to check this other address over on clearance.
You got one on clearance too?
Well, this apartment complex down here has always got stolens.
That's a Jeep Liberty.
Right here. This is my appetite.
Do that.
Does the plate really go over?
649 RVM. Oh, that had my heart beating for a minute.
Yeah, mine too. How's it going, guys? What are we fixing?
Code 4, we have everybody in custody. Clear the 10-1.
What's going on?
Copy code 4, all parties in custody. Cancel the 10-1 at 1948.
I'm almost getting the impression that they didn't like us. I'm getting. Hey. Yeah, that's right. Get to know me before you judge me, right? Get to know me before we judge me. Yeah. What are you doing? Are you putting speakers in or what? Smart. So it doesn't vibrate or what?
It's acting up. I think I blew a fuse. Where you just come from? Dairy Queen?
M&H. M&H. Everybody goes to M&H, don't they? Arcade?
All roads lead to M&H.
Oh, well, or
Holiday.
this is the Mountain Dew, my favorite. But I got a box of Twinkies in the back. You want some? I give out free Twinkies. How about a Mountain Dew? No, just Mountain Dew. Just Mountain Dew.
169.
Oh, I got the vaccination.
Oh, shit. You got a TV in there?
Yeah, well, facing that way. It always faces. Yeah, you haven't been on it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you haven't been on it yet. If you want to be on it, we can put you on it.
I'm already a star. I ain't trying to be that
You're a
type
star?
of star.
You're a star, huh?
Yeah, I'm already a star.
Did she say fuck 12? Why doesn't she like Aaron Rodgers?
No,
I say,
What-
are
what-
these 12?
Oh, 12.
Everybody always down on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Fletcher.
Sheriff Fletcher.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's crooked as hell. Y'all didn't know about
That's
him?
Pat Scott.
He's crooked
I
as
know, that's
hell.
right.
Oh, thanks
Yeah.
a lot. You and I never even met. That's Pat
You look
Scott.
familiar from Willard's
Oh,
days.
Pat Scott.
Scott.
Pat Scott, that dirty ass. That petty ass motherfucker.
Hey, Pascal, you fuck with sisters, don't you? You had a sister, huh?
What's that?
A black girl, lady in your life.
I
married
was
to her.
I was married to.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
My history?
Yeah. He was, yep.
Don't, hold on, you put this down with all the people
His
involved.
crooked ass.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is history cop out here.
Hell no.
We're old school.
Something going on.
We're old
And
school.
y'all up here, what's going on, man?
We're old school.
Something going on.
Well, we came by here. We're looking for a stolen Tahoe.
Really?
A stolen Tahoe, yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
That's Pat.
That's Pat Scott.
That's Pat Scott.
Shit.
I got more handsome. What can I say?
He look healthy. He look healthy still.
I gotta get you guys. That's Pat Scott.
You still be shooting boom.
Cool, at Willard.
Not too much anymore. Now and then. I got to school the youngsters now and then.
Look at you. Look,
He
look,
should have
you
been
famous.
feeding his Twinkies to Pat Scott crooked ass. Pat Scott crooked as hell. That's why he's sitting on the passenger.
Hey, there we go. Look at this.
Nobody.
Mixed
We
berry
all get
Twinkies.
PBT. We don't want
Mixed berry
that shit. Go downtown and give it to
PBT.
them. We get PBT. Go give it to Pascal. Come on, you will
Take
do
this
the
Mountain
job.
Dew. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Give me a Mountain Dew.
Y'all will do that. Give it to Pascal family. I thank you. Much money he done took from family.
What did you do? What did you do to my niece's name?
Who's your niece's name? I don't know why she's mad at me. I don't know why she's mad at me.
She's just unfriendly.
Oh, I was just asking. Because I'm auntie.
How are you? I'm Pat.
Anybody want, I got a box
Nice
of
to meet you.
individual.
Why she gotta be
Likewise.
a bitch, though? Why she gotta be a bitch ass?
I'm trying to keep him in check, you know. I'm 60. I'm 64.
Hey,
I'll
you
be
know-
65 June 11th. And I'm trying to keep him
June
in check.
11th? Happy birthday early.
Thank you. Thank you. And I can still get around and move around and blessed.
I think there's an argument here.
They talk like that. We jokes and talk like that.
Yeah. Here. Want a drinky? Well,
How you doing?
You know Josephine, she's in church now.
Josephine.
Remember my brother? He was from Chicago, Illinois.
What was his name?
His name was DeWitt.
Okay.
He was a boo. He used to come up there.
Oh, yeah. Up the Willis.
4492.
Oh, okay.
That's my brother. Yeah.
What's your name?
Rose, that's
Rose.
right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A rose by any other name.
Come here every year, every
Have advised
summer.
the mother of
And
the
I was
children
living
is
over
currently
here
at the
on,
address and is afraid of
Over here on
confrontation.
Mariah.
Being agent
Okay.
female 48 years
And I was
old,
at
has to
945
further
Conway for 7 years.
possibly giving away
Okay.
pilot.
So I'm trying to do the right thing, but I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. Seriously.
I feel you.
Baby, I put this on my mom in Jesus' name.
Hey,
I love y'all.
hey, thank you for being friendly to us, okay?
Thank you.
That's we.
I don't know why
we-
she doesn't like me, but oh
we-
well.
She don't even know you. She just thought you're the police.
People don't like nobody.
True. You take care, Rose.
Hey, just to be accurate, George Floyd was murdered.
Yeah, by y'all.
Well, wasn't us.
Crooked cops. The ones with the same skin as you.
Oh, goodness.
I guess she hates us because of our skin color. Did I mention I grew up right over here? My goodness.
Well, I think this Tahoe is going to pop up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is Robin Hood Park.
That's the name of this, Robin Hood Park?
Robin Hood Park, and you take a right here in Manton, and we're going to go by Gladstone Elementary School.
Assistant.
Right around the
She'll be
corner
back out
from-
on off duty.
Well, actually, most of the people were friendly there. Most of the people were friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Technically,
Definitely.
the mics have stop signs on this trail.
That's not
Right here.
very
There's there.
common, actually.
Gladstone Elementary School. This is where I attended my elementary school.
Nice.
She didn't give me a chance to tell her I'm from the neighborhood. I think I probably mentioned this is where I was in
5943.
third grade when John Kennedy was shot and assassinated.
5943.
And Mrs. Witt was our principal. She came on the speaker, right there in that room on the other side. Came on the speaker and said, "I'm sorry to inform you that President Kennedy has been assassinated."
30 is the air clear.
Right there is my elementary, my kindergarten class, Mrs. Johnson, Peggy Johnson. Well, of course, your friend Dave Borchard owns the market up here.
Yep.
But most of them were friendly. Just that one lady was
9170, I copy her off to the medical.
just kind of
3150 Glen Oaks.
prejudged
I don't
us.
know what color this is coming.
74-year-old male.
Oh, there you go.
Breathing, not fully
Not it.
awake.
Not it. So that color.
It could change place, too.
Did you? I have in my mind what I think it was.
It's supposed to have damage on the one door, right?
Yep.
Well, you could have talked to Joe Steiner. How's he working? Is he working investigations now?
Yep. Oh, that comes back to that car.
180.
Someone told me that Tim Bradley's mom watches. Have you ever
Oh.
heard that?
No, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's true.
Copy 10, Ramsey.
But if he did, we should honor all the wonderful things that he did for our department.
Mm-hmm. Is it down this way or that way? I'm trying to think.
What are we doing? This way.
I imagine they already checked. But you
Yeah,
never
that's what I
know.
was thinking. All right, well, if in a couple minutes here, we're gonna sign off for the puck drop. Yeah, I don't know where the house is. Do you?
No.
We're gonna sign off for the puck drop. For the Minnesota Wild.
And when we return, we will have the antenna installed.
It hasn't been terrible, though, right?
No, it hasn't been horrible.
We're gonna go down to Reed's for just a little bit, stop in there and say hi to some friends. Probably won't be there more than a period. See if they got cheese dogs on the menu, right? Thanks, Adam, for those Twinkies and Mountain Dew. That one lady appreciated it, didn't she?
Yes, indeed.
The other party is
Rose.
also calling in, advising that it's her weekend with the kids.
Rose appreciated it.
TC also located protection order between
But
the
Tim
parties.
Bradley, besides being an awesome cop, I mean, honestly, he was one of my mentors. I think I mentioned he was working Rice Street and I was working Dale. And he was the master at finding stolen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really.
Give me a couple of the keys that you're preaching to the crew here as you go